Joined right now by one of the brightest minds in all of NFL circles. His Baldy's breakdowns are must-see appointment TV, and we got him here right now for the Sick Podcast. Brian Baldinger, how you doing, buddy?
Adam, I'm good. I'm good to be here. I mean, I got to tell you something here, Adam, because it's not really fair. But I was in Mobile, Alabama last week doing Senior Bowl stuff, and I was like, I got the weekend off for the first time since the start of the season. I jumped down to Costa Rica and just freshened up. I feel amazing right now. So ask me how I feel. I feel amazing.
Brian Baldinger, typically on fire. They can't have us on the Insiders too often because we overtake that show. Just like we're overpowered. Too much energy for one room. But listen,
we've
the Bears
overtaken the honors party before too now.
Oh my gosh! I saw Robin Zabelli walking around too. That was an all-timer. There are some times I know that security's already on the lookout for us, so we'll have to spread out a little bit and reconvene here at some point this evening. But let's talk about the Bears.
Let's do it.
Did we get our guy?
Yes, I think so. Everything that he's saying so far is interesting to me because most coaches have a prefabricated offense or defense or some game plan that they want to instrument. I feel like listening to Ben, he's going to literally build this offense around Caleb's strengths. And obviously he's got different strengths than what we just saw from Jared Goff. And Goff just played his best football. I'm really interested to see how this architect goes to work to build an offense. And I think it would be fascinating, we're into the world of documentaries and everything. I would love to see build an offense from scratch. I don't know how to do that. I've never been a part of something like that. I've never seen a playbook like that. I've seen Andy take, a Bill Walsh, Mike Holmgren, West Coast offense and evolve it. I saw him evolve it in Philly when he got Terrell Owens and it became a deep passing game. So I've seen that, but they still had a foundation. So I'm kind of curious what the foundation is, Adam, and where it can go.
What about some of the knocks against Caleb Williams, saying he gets out of the pocket too much and things like that? How do you address that when you're building an offense?
Well, I mean, you got to trust your protection. They've got to get better up front. That is a legit knock, although I saw stretches early before the Hail Mary in Washington where I saw some improvement where he was staying in there and making the right throw and not leaving the pocket. There was a stretch of maybe 3 games they had put a little streak together where I saw gradual improvement. And then, look, some of the offense didn't make any sense to me, Adam. 3rd and 3, 4 deep routes. It didn't. There wasn't an answer to a lot of the things defenses were doing, and he got out of the pocket probably too frequently to try and make something happen. But ultimately, even Patrick Mahomes, you got to kind of stay there, trust, protect, make your throws. So I think he's about winning. I think he's been coached by good guys, Lincoln Riley, going back. I was around Caleb in Quarterback Collective when he was in high school. I think he's coachable.
Yeah. That was one of the things that they said. It feels like there's a desire to be coached hard, and then they bring in Antoine Randall, and they bring in Eric Bieniemy. Yeah. How do you think those guys end up influencing Caleb Williams and the offense in general?
Well, I think, the 2 guys you just mentioned they're going to hold everybody accountable. Whether it's meetings, whether it's walkthroughs, know your assignment. I think that's what you heard about, Bieniemy in Kansas City. He was hard. Maybe too hard at times, but I'd rather have that than offenses that guys are just doing their own thing.
Yeah. And last year, when we were on Total Access, before the draft, you identified Darnell Wright as a player that you loved. He gets drafted by the Bears. What did you make of his rookie season?
Well, look, Darnell went through some injuries. He just finished his 2nd year. I think Darnell can still be a frontline right tackle in this business. He's got natural power. He's got natural size. I want to see him like all these young guys. You got to continue to improve footwork, new short set, change up your sets. You got to play the chess match out there with the guys that are coming after you. So I think there's a lot of room for improvement from him, but it starts with building your body, getting stronger, getting leaner, really becoming a pro.
Is that something that happens when you bring in a new coaching staff like they're doing?
I hope so. I always think, look, if you look at this matchup, Adam, Andy Heck in Kansas City and Jeff Stoutland in Philadelphia, they're the 2 longest tenured offensive line coaches in this league. They just are finishing their 12th or 13th season, however long Andy's been there. Like, there is a reason why these guys in Philadelphia continue to improve. But stout coach is hard. It's not for everybody. But if you follow, like Jordan Mailata did, you know, the way Cam Jurgens has, the way even Lane Johnson has, like, you improve.
What about the draft for the Bears this coming up in April? They have the 10th overall pick. Do you think they go offensive line again, or do you think they'll actually address one of the defensive players? Because it feels like it's deeper later for the offensive lineman, where you might get a really stud there defensively at number 10.
Well, it's hard to predict right now, Adam, because you don't know. I mean, without getting too far ahead of ourselves, I was in Mobile last week. I think the strength of this draft is in defensive linemen. Yeah. I think, obviously, the Bears, who's going to play opposite Montez Sweat? I think you got, you know, a blue chip player there. Opposite, I don't know, you drafted a rookie last year out of Kansas. But I feel like Bear football, you have to be the monsters of the midway. Like, you just got to have great defense. Like, they're built around those players.
Yeah, that's the way that they got to do it. I feel like, regardless, it's got to come to the trenches. 3 picks in the first 41 overall selections. That's where they have to go. Let's talk about what you're promoting here at the Super Bowl. Now, obviously, you're an NFL celebrity. Everybody wants time with you, but what are we promoting here today?
So, I don't know about you, Adam, but I'm not quite the same man I was 20 years ago. Yeah. You might be, but we all have a testosterone school. Because I'm working for T in the low T centers right now, which are all, by the way. You could do it online, or you could go to a center, over 600 centers around the country, and you could get your score. And once you know your score, no matter what age you are, because we're seeing the scores drop lower and lower, even guys in their early 30s, you can get that replaced, and you can do it safely. You can do it where it's all prefabricated. They can send you the syringes, the amount of testosterone, all of the things that you need to get your vitality, your energy, and everything back.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It's always great seeing you around town, and it's always good to see you on an honors night, too. So thanks so much. Brian Baldinger, thank you so much.